What is up YouTube, Jonny B here again today, and we're going to be bringing you a video on a 2016 WRX in World Rally Blue. We're going to be adding some fender flares to it today, so that means we got to do a little bit of chopping and cut into the body, weld up the rear quarters, chop up the front fenders, and we're probably going to paint the kit as well, so it's going to be color matched. And I'm excited. I want to get this done, so come with me on this journey to make this car a little bit wider. So here we have the rear fender flare. Went ahead and kind of mocked it up to kind of give me an idea. It's actually being held on there by itself because it's kind of like in the door, and then this little piece I taped it on there because that piece likes to fall off, so that'll kind of give you an idea of how this is going to work. It's going to keep the shape, keep it looking round, but the door's going to be able to open and close. So I got all of the flares measured up, and I was able to bolt them down, kind of get them to sit exactly where I wanted them, where they line up with all the body lines and don't interfere with anything else. So now the next step is gonna go ahead and chop. So we're gonna absolutely have to start cutting. And if you see here, this is one of the bolt points where it bolted, and then actually there's like a visible like dirt line from where the actual flare was covering and where it wasn't. So you just got to make sure that when you're cutting, you never cut above obviously that line, because then anything above it is going to be visible. This is going to get covered up all the way up to here, and it's going to go straight down. So we don't have to cut, like for example, the side skirt can stay intact. We don't have to cut it even though the kit comes all the way down here, because the tire will never interfere with that. What you're more worried about is actually when your tire sticks out another 50 millimeters, it's going to be like about here, and when you articulate, the tire actually sinks in more than the body itself. So that's what you want to go based off of. So we want to go ahead and chop as much as possible, so that way when it's wide, you're not going to be having rubbing issues, especially in a 4-door where you're going to have people in the back. That extra added weight, and if you're not running like really stiff coilovers, you will be rubbing. So you've got to make sure we cut enough. And for the fronts, it's like 10 times easier because you just literally have to cut one sheet of metal, whereas here we're going to be cutting this one. We're going to chop up the inner one, and then we're going to weld it on there. And luckily this kit actually kind of hooks around this door trim, this door gap here, and it'll cover up whatever was there, versus other kits that kind of just end here and you can actually see a little bit of the quarter panel. This one just covers it, so that's gonna make it a lot easier. So let's start chopping. So we got the rears all cut up as well. They're all spot welded. So now this is all sealed up. Now we move on to the paint. One of the things we're going to be painting is the front bumper as well. It's got a bunch of scratches from just normal driving, rock chips here and there. And it also has like a little fender bender, like where it just like rubbed on another car there. So we're going to be painting that. And then we got a primer up the fender flares that are going to be going on for this car, because they're made out of urethane and they tend to be very porous. So it makes it a lot more difficult to paint, because the paint won't come out nice unless you primer it. Got the flares all primered up. We filled in all of the pores, all of like little mini pinholes that this kit had. So we added some nice thick 2K primer. That primer goes on with a 4-to-1 mixture with some hardener. So it takes it about like 45 minutes to an hour to dry, so that you can sand, and it's gonna help cover all that up. That way when we go to paint, the finish is going to be nice and smooth. So we got the bumper all sanded down as well, because that's going to need to get painted. It had damages. Flares are all primered up, ready to go. And now we're actually over here mixing the paint. So we got the parts all painted up, looking nice and shiny. We wet the floor, that way no dust would pop up. Look at that. This bumper was all scratched up on this side from a little like rub on, I don't even know what, but there was like black lines here. There was stuff missing down here from scraping, I'm guessing. So the bumper and all 4 fender flares, including the little door pieces, were all painted. Got the bottom resealed, got the new flares installed, and they are looking amazing. The paint match definitely did them justice. Once they're the same color, it makes them really shine and pop in comparison to them just being black. So the rears are done. I got to do the fronts now. So we got the rear and the front fender flares on. got the car all washed down, did the little foam cannon, and now it's gonna be time to dry it off. Got all the dust off of it. So the car's all cleaned up now. We get to see it in the perfect time of day for pictures and video. It's looking super good. You can see how the color changes from like a lighter blue to a darker blue depending on the angles. Front bumper's looking really good as well. Car is overall good to go. Now it's all clean. So now we just gotta wait for the owner till Saturday, till the weekend, for him to come pick it up. All right, guys, so we're here with the owner of the WRX, Ricky. He's gonna be seeing it for the first time, so let's get a little bit of his reaction. It's over there on the... It looks completely different car, huh?
Yeah, it does.
Completely different car.
Really different look.
Now we just gotta get some new wheels or space out the ones you have.
Yeah, I know. Oh yeah, you can tell the wings like way different too.
Yeah, the wing looks way different.
Yeah.
Then the little shark fin up top was backwards from the previous owner, I'm guessing.
Yeah. No, I put on the wing, so I didn't know how the wing went.
So, after chatting and exchanging, now the car is gonna be driven out. All set. We'll see you later, Ricky. Damn, you can hear the turbo a ton in that